Yeah, I guess it's a proud milestone. Probably more so the test than that. It's nice to be the first, but it's probably more timing where I've come in my career. 2020 started in 2005, and I played my first game in 06. But no, it's I guess nice to have started the club. But I'm sure over a few years, over the next few years, there's going to be a lot more to join it in time. I love playing cricket first and foremost. It was something I've always wanted to do since I was a little kid, and I think it's not a job. It's something that you love doing, and it's a few warm-ups, and hopefully there's still a few more warm-ups left in me. I always sort of said to myself, I don't know how long ago, but I always thought 2019 World Cup was not a bad place to sort of start thinking about that R word. But no, I still feel like I'm good enough and got a lot more to offer this team, both on and off the field, and I'm still as hungry as ever to score runs. But no, as I said, after my first series, I wouldn't have been putting much money on me playing 100 tests after that series, that's for sure. But no, I'm happy with what's happened today. I think the world's best side, and leading the World Championship. I think we've got to be to win Test matches. You've got to be good at all three facets. You've got to take your catches, regardless of what you do first out here at the base. It normally does a little bit early on, and if anything, it just depends on how long that goes for. If we're stuck in, or if we stick India in, or even if we think it's not going to do as much and have a bat first, you just got to do it well. And more often than not, day 2 and day 3 are the best time to bat. So we'll just have to wait and see. But it's a world-class Indian side all the way through. And probably the biggest thing about this Indian side and how well I've played over the last few years, I've always had world-class batters and the odd world-class bowler, but I think their seam attack has been fantastic for a long period of time, and the way we play them and the way they bowl is going to have a big influence on the series, I'm sure. Yeah, I think if we just look at Bumrah, I think we're in trouble. I think their whole bowling lineup has been fantastic. You don't have to look too far when they played in not necessarily similar conditions, but as close to New Zealand and Australia, they were fantastic. Obviously, Sharma coming back brings a new dynamic to their team, and they've got a world-class batting lineup as well that we have to get through. But they're the number one team in the world for a reason, and we know we have to be on our game to be successful against them. Just have to look at the wicket. It's like this artificial. It's pretty green, but as I said, I think we play well at home because we sort of know how the wicket's going to play, and at the same time, the basin out of all the wickets, they look the same, but they do play slightly differently each time. And being their home team, you still got to adapt what's in front of you. As I said, I think there's many times where we're bowled first, where it's done a lot and probably done too much. And at the same time, we've been put in on wickets that have done plenty but still succeeded. So there is still room for four things to happen in terms of succeeding. We'll just have to wait and see what the weather's going to be like over the next little while, and but there's always a tinge of green, and the fast bowlers, and I'm sure those Indian fast bowlers will be liking it, because I played on a few wickets in India and they don't look anything like that out there. As I said, there's still been times where we've been chucked in, where we've still been able to scrap to 350, 400. You just got to adapt to the conditions, play what's in front of you, and quite often it can do a little bit too much. And you can't survive the length. Sometimes when bowlers are under just as much pressure as the batters to bowl the right lengths and make the players, play as much. But at the same time, you can, because it also does bounce. So your margin for error becomes smaller also. So that's a nice thing about, as I said before, playing the basin. We'll just have to wait and see what it is. Hey, you might only do something for a little bit. Might do something for 2 days. We'll just have to wait and see. No, I think so. I think I definitely won't be the only one. But I guess, the way you asked the question, I suppose it's a nice thing, because there is a lot of players around the world who do give up a format or to prolong their career, and I guess that's nice for me. I've always loved playing all three, but some players, I think it's the best thing for me is to play all three formats, and to have played the 2020s, even though they weren't successful, it was nice to see the Indian bowlers leading into the one-day series, where if you just played 2 formats, it wouldn't have been easy. Whether I've scored those runs or not, I'm not sure. But I guess in the day and age where players do give up a format, it's nice to be the first. But at the same time, I do think there is room for a lot more players, and I'm sure there's probably the 2 captains who are out there will probably be right up on the list, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, it was. It has been mentioned. Obviously we didn't play as well as we would have liked over there. We went over there with high expectations, but in saying that, it's nice to try and, I guess, get back on the horse, so to speak. But in saying that, we know New Zealand conditions a lot better than Australian conditions, and it's one of the tougher places to play cricket at the moment. I think we know these conditions more a bit against a world-class side in itself, but no, I think we'll definitely put up a better showing than we did in Australia.